To the debate over your money in Washington, House Republican leaders are shrugging off threats of a presidential veto, and some critics in their own party. They're building support for their plan to avoid government default. The White House says the plan is too short-term. The president supports a plan pushed by the Democratic leader in the Senate. The Associated Press reports stocks plunged on fears that gridlock would prevail, but there were hints that a compromise could be near.
And Michigan Governor Rick Snyder telling us today that the state is starting to look at what the impact might be for Michigan if there's no deal. 24-hour News 8's Tony Tagliavia caught up with the governor today, and Tony's joining us live in studio now.
Bren, we went to Ionia to ask the governor about this. He says it would be a challenge for the state. You said you've looked at some of the consequences. What would those be?
We're looking at contingencies. They haven't actually explained how they would handle this situation. So we're on deck trying to get information from Washington.
Specifically, the state is looking at what the federal government would pay for if it doesn't have the money to pay for everything it said it would. The federal government funnels money to states for unemployment benefits, Medicaid, higher education, transportation, and other costs. The Pew Center on the State says if the federal government delays payments, states could be forced to borrow money to cover the costs. And federal debt problems could make borrowing for states cost more. The center warns that if federal workers aren't paid or Social Security checks are held back, that could hurt states as well. We caught up with the governor at the Ionia Free Fair.
The largest celebration in the state is right here,
where he praised the growth of agriculture in the state despite tougher economic times. The governor was asked if problems in Washington could hurt economic recovery here.
Well, it's already a challenge with what's going on in Washington on the economic comeback trail. So this clearly does not help matters. So hopefully we can get this behind us and move forward.
And as for that fast approaching August 2nd deadline?
It's a real deadline. And the question is hopefully people can come together and get a resolution in place. Because good government's all about showing progress, not about showing differences.
The governor says he thinks the way the state is handling its finances could be an example for Washington. Just within the last half hour, the state sent this out announcing that one ratings agency has reaffirmed the state's credit rating and actually upwardly revised its outlook for Michigan. Back to you.